right? And how inflation is working
Blah
against
blah blah
our
blah 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 blah.
retirement plans. Really,
Get it?
it's very important. Okay,
Quick, ready?
business suit on.
Extend the further. Why is the screen always blacking out on me, huh?
Okay.
Woo! I don't stand here. Hi guys.
Hi.
Yeah.
So, ask you a question. Have you thought about retirement?
Hey lah, so young.
Young or
Yeah.
actually if you really think about it, right? It's something that we really have to think about. 因为说长不长，说短不短 actually we don't have many years to think about retirement.
Are you
Can you
sure?
imagine if you think about retirement at age 50, how are you gonna save enough money by then?
I still have maybe 30 years
30
to
years,
live, maybe.
which is something that you need to build on from now. 30
Okay.
years to retirement, what 30 years to live? 60 years old you want to 放缸 already. How can so fast? 我最少要120年的嘞。120 years old, I need to sleep more and eat less. Okay, but more importantly, the more important pressing question, right, is about retirement. There is something that a lot of us, we don't have it on our minds, right? And even if you think or you have thought about retirement before, you have not thought about how inflation is working against you in terms of retirement. Okay? How does this affect us? Now, if you think about it, a lot of times, even if you think about inflation, like you have a certain amount that you set, that you say that, okay, I want to make or save up 500,000 or $1 million by the time I retire, right? The thing is, we always think that we have saved enough, but at the end, the money that we have saved, by the time we hit the target, we are not able to buy the same amount of things that we are able to buy today. So this is what I mean by retirement, or rather inflation that's working against your retirement plans.
Because that might be 10 or 15 years down the road. Yeah.
Or in your case, it's 30 years down the road, you know. So inflation makes your money smaller. So today, maybe you want to buy, let's say, a cup of coffee, right? Like 10 years ago, when we buy a cup of coffee, it's probably cost us like 80 cents,
No.
maybe, or
Really?
$1, right? At most.
Less
And
than
now
that.
it's less than that even. Wow. So you see how inflation is scary, right? And now, to buy a cup of coffee, the same cup of coffee probably costs you $1.60.
Yeah.
In 10 years time, is it going to become $3.20 or $4 even across the next 10 or 20 years?
Yep.
So we cannot only think about how much we need to save by the time we retire, but more importantly, how inflation is working against us.
Unless you guys want to go Malaysia and retire lah.
So actually, yeah, that's true. So actually, right, for a lot of us young adults, especially in this generation, we are actually very educated people. We know that inflation is in play, right? But we don't know how inflation will affect us in terms of our retirement funds, in terms of things that we can buy in the future. We don't know how to link these two things together, right? Now, let me show you this chart that's going to appear right now, right? On how our government thinks about inflation. Okay, so now this chart shows you that back in 2003, right, the inflation rate, or rather the government has came up with a full retirement sum, or what they call back then was the minimum retirement sum, and that starts out at $80,000. Okay,
And
by the
now
time we
it's what?
retire, right, and that is in 2013, how much our government thinks that is required for the retirees to live a very basic life lah. That means you got food to eat, drinks, some clothes, and not for extravagant holidays, just basic living
I don't think
expenses.
it's enough right now.
It's not. It's actually very little. And over the past 18 over years, right, by now 2019, the full retirement sum has already increased to 176,000. That's like 100k increase, you know.
Yeah, double.
And over a not very long period, maybe about 15 years only, right? And every month, these people with the retirement sum that they have is able to get from the government, or rather from your CPF, about 1,003 per month for expenses.
Yep.
Actually, if you think about it, 1,003 every month right now is actually very little.
Of
It's
course.
very hard to survive.
Of course.
But in the future, right, this number is going to increase by double or even more, right? And a simple calculation for a person like me, 29 years old, if we base it on the increase per year, which is about 5.6% increase per year, by the time I am 65, I will need at least $634,000 in my CPF account by the time I'm 65. That is crazy, you know. If you really think about it, because that's the amount I need for retirement. How many of us can actually honestly find that kind of money to save it and put it aside in our CPF account?
No.
It's very difficult, right? So this is our government actually put these numbers in place so that we are able to survive on a very fundamental, very basic level.
Yeah.
Right? So this part 1 of this video is to tell you how important it is to link the two concepts, inflation and retirement, together. Right, of course, this video is too short for us to tell you what is the solution, right, for such a problem. It is something that we are all very concerned about. Okay, so in video number 2, I will show you one of our solutions, right, using real estate as a hedge against inflation, right? And a little sneak peek is, important thing is that we're not talking about making money. We're just talking about how you can at least ensure that the money that you have
You
today,
have the right amount of money.
you still can hold the same value by the time you retire, so that you can live comfortably and buy the same amount of things that you want to when you retire.
Yeah, you
Alright.
have enough money to eat chapel.
I hope more than that lah. Alright, so I will
Okay.
see you in video number 2. Bye.